right, so today we're gonna deep dive into like a real automotive mystery.
Oh, cool.
The story of Little Red.
Okay.
This 1967 Shelby experimental coupe. And our main source for all this is some excerpts from the Mustang Classics website.
Oh, yeah. I know those guys are great.
Yeah, they've done some seriously impressive research piecing together the story.
Mm-hmm.
So get this right. This car, it was long thought to be destroyed.
Yeah.
But hold on to your hats.
Okay.
Because it was recently rediscovered.
Oh, wow.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, seriously.
Oh, man.
At the end of this deep dive,
Yeah.
you're going to have a whole new appreciation for like classic car development.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too. The innovative spirit of Shelby and just the thrill of honestly rediscovering a piece of automotive history.
That's awesome. These cars, they capture our imaginations, don't they? Like they represent a certain era of design and performance that still resonates today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of a certain era, right?
Yeah.
Let's rewind back to 1966.
Okay.
The genesis of Little Red.
All right.
So Shelby American, they decided to try something new.
Okay.
They put in this special order to the San Jose plant for 3 Mustangs.
All right.
A fastback,
Okay.
a convertible, and our star of the show, a coupe.
The coupe.
Yeah. This coupe was special right from the start, though.
Okay.
Shelby intended it to be a prototype to sort of test out the idea of adding a notchback coupe to their lineup.
Interesting.
Now, what's really interesting here, right, is they didn't just order like a basic coupe.
Right.
This one came equipped with a 428 Police Interceptor engine,
Whoa.
a deluxe black interior,
Wow.
air conditioning,
Fancy.
tinted glass,
Mm-hmm.
and even remote mirrors.
Dang.
Now, you got to remember this, 1966.
Yeah.
These were some pretty high-end features back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
Top of the line.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It really paints a picture of their ambition, you know?
Yeah. They were shooting for the stars with this one.
Yeah, right from the get-go. They weren't messing around.
No.
But it's what happened next that really sets this story apart, you know?
Oh, okay.
So, Shelby's chief engineer, Fred Goodell,
Yeah, I've heard of him.
basically turned Little Red into like his own personal innovation lab.
Oh, cool.
Think of it as like a blank canvas
Yeah.
for testing out all these new technologies and styling ideas.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they weren't afraid to get their hands dirty, right?
Yeah.
One of the first things they did was they swapped out the original 390 V8 engine
Okay.
and C6 automatic transmission for a...
I bet I know what they put in.
Go ahead. What do you think?
A 427.
Yep, you got it.
The FE big block.
A 427 FE big block engine.
That's a beast.
Oh, yeah. It was a beast.
Yeah.
Real icon of the muscle car era.
Absolutely.
And this is where it gets really fascinating, right? They weren't just focused on like raw power. They're also looking ahead
Okay.
to the upcoming 1968 emission standards,
Wow.
which, you know, was pretty forward thinking for the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about building like a fast car.
Yeah.
It's about building a smart one too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They were trying to strike that balance, you know, between performance and responsibility,
Makes sense.
which is something we still grapple with in the automotive world today.
Totally.
Now let's talk about licks.
Okay.
So they handcrafted a prototype hood with a larger scoop
Yeah.
and vents,
Okay.
all in the name of like better airflow
Yeah.
and cooling.
Right.
This design would actually end up being used in the production 67 Shelby models.
Interesting.
So you can see how these experimental prototypes,
Yeah.
they directly influence
Yeah.
the cars that hit the streets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like a direct lineage
Yeah.
from the drawing board
Yeah, exactly.
to the showroom floor.
Uh-huh. And speaking of style,
Okay.
they didn't stop with the hood.
Right.
They did some custom fiberglass work,
Oh, cool.
gave it this vibrant candy apple red paint job,
Nice.
and then, to top it all off,
Yeah.
added a black vinyl top
Okay.
with GT500 emblems and side panels.
Oh, wow.
It was a mix of muscle and sophistication.
Cool.
A real head turner.
I bet.
And inside, oh man,
Yeah.
pure luxury.
What did they do?
Okay, so black Connolly leather seats,
Nice.
plush black, sheepskin based, mouton carpeting,
Wow.
3-inch wide GT350R lap belts. I mean, they went all out.
That's crazy.
And of course, right, no Shelby interior would be complete
Right.
without that iconic 67 wood trim steering wheel.
They really spared no expense, huh?
No.
And creating an interior that matched the car's performance and style.
Exactly.
But you know what?
But that.
All those features wouldn't mean much if the
Right.
car couldn't back it up on the road.
That's true, but oh, it could back it up.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
In fact, there's this great story
Okay.
about just how powerful Little Red was.
All right.
So, one day, Fred Goodell, he was driving to work in Little Red,
Okay.
and he stopped at a light
Mm-hmm.
next to the fastest Firebird around at the time.
Oh.
Well, they decided to have a little fun.
Yeah.
Long story short, Little Red, like, absolutely smoked that Firebird. And the other driver was so stunned
Yeah.
that he actually followed Goodell
No way.
all the way to work
Wow.
just to get another look at the car that had left him in the dust.
Oh, man. That's a good story.
Yeah.
That just illustrates the essence of Little Red, doesn't it?
Totally.
It wasn't just a showpiece.
Nope.
It was a true performer.
Absolutely.
And you can bet that story made the rounds pretty quickly
Oh, yeah.
in the automotive world.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It spread like wildfire.
Now, in 1967,
Okay.
they wanted to see what the public thought,
Yeah.
of a Shelby coupe.
Right.
So they put Little Red on display
Where at?
at the Los Angeles Auto Show.
Oh, cool.
And it's no surprise, the response was overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, I bet.
People were just drawn to its unique blend of,
Yeah.
style, performance,
Yeah.
and innovation.
Makes sense.
It was a car that sort of hinted at the future of the Shelby brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I could see that.
like, this is where it's going. This is what we can do.
Yeah, it was like a glimpse into what was possible.
Totally.
Yeah.
They even featured it in Car and Drive magazine
Oh, wow.
that November,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Huge.
It really shows how much buzz this car generated.
For sure.
And, it's interesting
What's that?
because around this same time,
Okay.
Shelby was finalizing the designs for their 1968 models
Mm-hmm.
to keep Little Red in the spotlight, right?
Right.
They decided to give it a bit of a makeover. You mean a makeover on top of everything else they'd already done?
Exactly. They wanted to align Little Red's look
Okay.
with the upcoming 1968 Shelby models.
Mhm.
So they updated it
Fine.
just in time to showcase it at a Ford press event in August 1967.
So after all the testing, the auto show appearance, the magazine feature, and even a makeover,
Yeah.
what happened to Little Red?
Well, for years, the automotive world believed that Little Red had met an unfortunate end,
Oh, no.
crushed,
Wow.
like so many other prototypes.
Right.
Once their purpose was served,
Yeah.
it seemed like a sad
Yeah.
but common fate.
Yeah. It's almost heartbreaking to think of this
I know.
unique, innovative car just being scrapped.
It really is.
But the story doesn't end there.
It doesn't.
No.
Okay.
Remember that mystery we talked about at the beginning?
Yeah.
This is where it gets really interesting.
All right, I'm on the edge of my seat. What happened?
Hold on to your hat because this is where the story takes an incredible turn.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2018. Little Red, a car long thought to be destroyed, was rediscovered
No way.
in a field
Get out.
in Texas.
Are you serious?
I am completely serious.
Oh my goodness.
After decades of being lost,
Wow.
this legendary car resurfaced.
That's incredible. It's like something out of a movie.
It is.
Imagine finding a piece of automotive history
I know.
just sitting in a field.
How on earth did that happen?
Well, from what we can gather from the Mustang Classics website,
Okay.
it seems Little Red was actually parked in that Texas field
Okay.
about 20 years before it was rediscovered.
Wow. Just sitting there all that time,
I know.
exposed to the elements. I guess it's a testament to the durability
Yeah.
of those old Ford builds
Yeah.
that it even survived.
Yeah. And think about it.
Yeah.
This wasn't just any old Mustang. This
Yeah.
was Little Red.
Yeah.
The car that helped shape the DNA of all modern Shelbys.
That's right.
Its design elements, the performance upgrades,
Mm-hmm.
that innovative spirit. It all traces back to this one experimental coupe.
You're right.
To think it was almost lost forever,
I know.
and then bam,
I know, right?
there it is,
There it is.
resurfacing after all these years.
It makes you wonder how many other automotive treasures are out there
I know.
just waiting to be discovered.
It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it?
It really is.
And it speaks to the dedication of people like Philip and Nicholas,
Yeah.
the creators of the Mustang Classics website.
It sounds like they really went above and beyond
Oh, yeah,
to research and document Little Red's history.
absolutely. They even have photos of the car as it was found.
Really?
A far cry from its glory days. but a powerful image nonetheless.
I bet.
It really drives home the passage of time.
Yeah.
And the unexpected turns that history can take.
And the fact that Little Red is now undergoing a meticulous restoration.
Oh, wow.
Being brought back to its former glory. That's got to be an incredible project to be a part of.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about the passion and dedication of car enthusiasts who want to preserve these pieces of history.
It really makes you wonder, like, what they found when they started peeling back the layers of time, you know?
Right.
Did they find any, like, hidden surprises along the way? What was it like to see this legendary car come back to life piece by piece?
It must have been an incredibly rewarding experience.
Yeah, totally.
And makes you think about the impact of prototype cars like Little Red.
Right.
I mean, these cars, they're essentially test beds for the future.
Right, yeah. It's like they're the seeds that sprout into the cars we drive today.
Yeah.
All those, like, sleek designs and powerful engines and cool features, they might have started as an experiment.
Right.
In a car like Little Red.
Exactly. Think about how far car design has come.
Oh, yeah.
And how much of it might be traced back to those early prototypes.
That's true.
They were pushing boundaries,
Right.
trying new things, sometimes succeeding, sometimes failing, but always learning.
Yeah.
And paving the way for what comes next.
It makes you appreciate the long game of innovation.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not always about instant success.
Right.
Sometimes it's about taking risks, learning from mistakes,
Yeah.
and constantly iterating.
Little Red embodies that spirit perfectly.
It really does.
It wasn't afraid to be different, to push the limits of what a Mustang could be.
Yeah.
And in doing so,
Right.
it helped shape the future of the Shelby brand and the muscle car era as a whole.
It's kind of inspiring, isn't it?
It is.
This one car,
Yeah.
thought lost forever, ends up resurfacing
Right.
and reminding us about the power of innovation.
Yes.
The thrill of discovery.
For sure.
And the importance of preserving
Absolutely.
our automotive history.
It's a reminder that the past is never truly gone.
That's a good point.
If we keep its stories alive, and who knows what other Little Reds are out there, waiting to be found, waiting to share their secrets and inspire the next generation of car enthusiasts.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the story of Little Red,
Yeah.
we're left with a lot to think about.
We are.
What other automotive treasures are still out there?
Right.
What stories will they tell
Yeah.
when they're finally brought back into the light?
Exactly.
And how can we all play a part in preserving these pieces of history?
Those are great questions to ponder.
They are.
And remember,
Yeah.
the spirit of Little Red lives on.
It does.
It's a story of innovation, resilience,
Yep.
and the enduring passion for cars
Absolutely.
that continues to drive us forward.
Well said.
Thanks for letting me geek out with you about this.
Oh, of course. Anytime.
It's always fun to talk cars,
Yeah, for sure.
especially ones with a story as cool as Little Red.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll catch you next time when we unearth another fascinating piece of history.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that passion for discovery alive.
Couldn't agree more.